Um, so I think some of the main things that, I mean, like, there was the whole team building thing that I'm definitely, like, I was so looking forward to, but, like, didn't fully go exactly how I was expecting, just because server reset, yada yada yada, but there's some particular moments that which could have been played out more from the team building events that not certain moments that I will talk about later specifically. And but the main thing that, at least from the main at least from the main first half of Nova that I wanted to go into, was dream feeding with Nota. I briefly sort of touched on it with after their, because their pronouns are they, them, he, and so Nota briefly touched words briefly touched on her after her second soul shard was broken. And so, and there was also a moment that I touched on it again briefly for after Rain and Nota had a moment where Nota asked, like, hey, if you're going to sleep, could I dream feed on you? And after that moment, it wasn't really touched on again. It was basically which was discussed actually in the Discord a bit, quite a bit, for whenever a dream happened, was that whenever Noto took on the dream, they would take on certain aspects of the person they would be dreaming on. So there was like the little moment of after Noto was trapped in prison, I used because this was like like very very quickly after the prison break was very quickly after the dream sequence, the like dream feeding session. So I had Nolta become an N-Barlet for, I think, like, it was like half an hour kind of thing, and then Orb of Origin kind of thing, and changed back to Dreamer. And there was also the fact that right before Nolta sacrificed herself to save Sunlight, she was starting to get very hungry and was going to start attacking people just to be able to feed. And but unfortunately, due to just no one stepping in to try and save Nota, her actually going full out hungry never actually really happens.
I was going to say something in regards to that, but I think it'd be better if I answered that or mentioned that in one of my own answers. So, yeah. Thank you. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
I think the last thing was probably just the potentially more of a relationship between Umbra and Cass. But, like, due to just how I was constantly building up the game area, which never actually came to be, which I'm super disappointed by, but, like, sometimes it do be like that, and, like...
Nova's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
6T.
I mean, and also there was a laziness on my end of just, like, I did not want to build something completely up by scratch, of just... when creative mode was so much easier kind of thing.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's basically it.
Well, thank you very much. Moon, it's your turn. Whenever you are ready.
I think I'm ready. So the question: moments or concepts that you had in mind for your character that you couldn't act on, and why so? So I think the list is very large for that, mostly because I joined later than a lot of other people I did in the world. But there were a few in particular. Like, I only met a handful of people. There's some people that I barely talked to that are here. Like, I barely talked to Archon. I think I talked to them twice in the entire thing because I wasn't on because a lot of the hours in the SMP, everyone has different time zones here. It is very it's very hard to keep track over how many hours of a difference makes for everybody. And so sometimes you just never see some people. And so there were some interactions where I would just say hello, and I tried to talk to them a little bit, and then you just never see them again. It would be very difficult to get character progression with some people, and that's just what happens. But in particular, I would say interactions with probably, I'm not going to remember anyone else's names. It's been so long since I've been doing. It's been a busy few months. I think Chroma's character and Luna's character in particular, they had some very cut off interactions that, if the time wasn't, what the time was, it could have gone on a little bit longer. I felt like I think there was a point where Nata was in their house and they were showing around all their things and rooms, and they sat down at a table. I remember talking to them for like, I think it was when some people were doing something off somewhere else, because I remember we heard some like wither sounds or something spawning in.
I think they were doing the multiple dragon fights over and over again.
No, I think that was the command blocks in the core.
Maybe
if there was a pressure plate that if you stepped on it just played a wither noise for everyone. It might have been that.
I don't know, but it said if you weren't streaming or recording, you should probably get off. I remember that happened, but the time wasn't right. And although we were speaking for quite a bit, because in my character's lore, their friend was kind of like I guess in this world they would be considered a dreamer. Xaren, their dreams became reality. So as their personality grew wicked, the things that came out of those dreams were a little reflected that. And I didn't get to play that part of that SMP, but they were related. So they had some personal beliefs about people who interacted with dreams, or like dreamers, even like dream feeders, that kind of thing. Never got to establish that really with them, and that was something I was also very disappointed in.
Man, I wish I could have played Nota more, honestly.
I was kind of surprised by what happened there with the whole sacrifice thing.
Don't say that yet. There's a question that's just about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't hear that? I didn't say anything. We're avoiding that for now. And like Chroma's character, at one point Chroma was just like, "You can stay in my house," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, rabbit. Oh, Estrella.
Yeah. Estrella. I'm sorry.
The past.
Like, they were literally, I had two neighbors. I think Estrella was, like, to the left, and to the right was rain and sunlight.
It's the other way around. To the left, yeah. To the
left, and then to the right.
Really.
Yeah, it depends on what side, but it was...
So from inside the house. And then my house got destroyed by a hole, so that was lovely.
I never forgiven. Never forgiven.
Like, I went up to the house, and I was like, because I was sat in the bed, right? So when the last I was on that stream, I left off when they were at their bed. And then there's like a hole drilled into the ground. So I'm like, am I joining the server? Is it going to like destroy me? Am I going to wake up, like open the thing and say, you died, you fell out of the world? I'm going to be like, oh shoot. But no, they were staying on literally the block before a big chasm. So it was really nice. It was a nice scare. So that was fun. But there was, since I joined late into the story, the server, it was hard to interact with people because everyone's alliances, friendships, people, groups within the characters groups, like characters groups in the community and all that have already been kind of established. So popping in there being like, hey, what's up? I'm here to join your little thingy here. Didn't go over well. They were busy trying to get out of there, not to meet people at first. And when they realized they were stuck there, they had to interact a little bit more. I usually like my stories a little bit slow. So with these, when people stream a lot more often than I do, sometimes it makes it very difficult to tell a story or to set up character interactions even beforehand when we like multiple people, when I talk with multiple people. So I'm trying to stream more, I promise, but one of the limitations was my own schedule of real life. But yes, that had many plans, and I hope next season I can move a little bit faster in this terms of storyline. So there you go, is my roundabout way of explaining that question.
Cool. Thank you very much. Bam. Bam. Bam.
Hello.
Hello.
It is I. More things. There's like, I think 2 at least 2 that I'm gonna say. Which was, I've planted, like, different points where people could ask about Vera's backstory. Where she came from, what she's been through. And though some people tried, some people didn't, it was all these other things, and there was some information that I kept close to the chest because Vera would keep those tips close to the chest. Specifically, that, what I originally was going to do for the little group of, but I say group, it was a cult, the cult of Naga folk on Stellaris, was that they were abandoned, land guardians. That was the original concept. Counterparts to, like, the sea fairies and stuff like that. But
from Stellaris.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. And then they went through all this reform of Vera's mother going into play, who's lived for thousands and thousands of years, where she decided to turn it into a cult and abandon everything and go for this one thing, which she believed to be something more powerful than the so-called gods that ruled the place. And she tried tapping into it, and it backlashed. But one thing that people, when I say Vera was malnourished, one thing I specifically point out now is how Vera was missing an arm. How could she be missing an arm when she was trapped in a ziggurat alone? So, Vera's mother, after Vera decided not to be anything what her mother wanted her to be, she threw her into the ziggurat with wardens.
Okay.
And for some reason Vera couldn't die. So every time she moved and tried to resist, she would basically be beaten to a pulp.
That's kind of hardcore, isn't it?
It is kind of hardcore. Welcome to my character if I fucking make sad people.
Now, your first mistake was making Vera's trauma wardens, when there is a very common plot point in a lot of these SMPs for Eclipse in wardens being bad and everywhere.
Yes.
So
Or hot.
or
I mean,
dead
that's the
people.
whole-
The wardens are actually dead people.
Yeah, that was the
Take
whole
notes,
thing.
guys.
That was the whole thing of when we got pulled into the fucking ancient city by the phantoms. Both Vera and Hyoga were both having a panic attack at the same time. Yeah, so they had to deal with that. And then the other thing that I wanted to do was I really wanted to have a fucking Snake v Snake Highlander fight.
Uh-huh.
But I couldn't find a way to put that out there. And then as soon as I got information from Red about a thing, and I was like, man, that would have been a good lead for that. But all I will say is watch the Sunlight video. Anyway.
Okay. Thank you
That
very
is
much.
me.
Bam. Bam. Bam.
Oh, it's me.
It's you.
Ooh, it's you.
Well, I kind of touched on one of them in the last question, which is the de-age actually affecting their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that would actually it would have given more of an inkling of what their life was on Stellaris before they went and became a bard. Because they went adventuring pretty much to better themselves, to not be so hateful to people that weren't their immediate family. They didn't trust anyone for reasons that were never explored upon. But yeah, no, that never came to pass because I just couldn't stream. And also, I also similar to Moon, I do like a little bit of a slower roll when it comes to stories. So my plans were always in that same thing, kind of like, you know, a long D&D campaign versus one shots.
That's
Yeah. But in this upcoming one, I'm hoping, because my character is a little bit more...
Wait. That's a question in the future.
Oh, okay. Never mind. The only other thing that I did have planned that I wanted to happen was for them to at least die a little bit. I don't think I actively died besides the documents. Well, I didn't even die for the documents, though.
You did.
Right?
It was a...
Well, not officially. It wasn't official. It wasn't like a murder death, is what I'm
Yeah,
talking.
technically, so if you didn't
We
die
lost
to
a
anything,
life.
that
We lost a life. Yeah, we lost a life. But I'm talking about a murder death.
That's fair, yeah.
Like, nobody murdered Rain. No one, like, killed... Because that would have also, because they were kind of, I guess, projecting part of how they were when they were a young adult, even with their middle-aged mind. But by being murdered, that would have happened more and more. Because they would have been kind of back in that mindset again. But it never happened. No one murdered me.
I could have if you wanted me to.
That
That was kind of a running joke that season.
I didn't realize that there was, like, you know, sign-up sheet for that kind of shit.
Oh yes, there definitely was. I'll make a Google form for next season. Don't worry, guys.
I mean, technically, for next season, sign me up. That's gonna be interesting, considering all the trauma with that one. Anyway, but that's about it. That's all I can think of, I should say. But yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Hmm.
All right, Zen.
All right.
Surprise me.
I don't think what I'm gonna say will be a surprise, and I'm gonna just be entirely straightforward with you for this question. So I wanted, and I want you guys to be on the same page as me here. But I wanted to make sweet and passionate love to an ender whale this season.
Oh my fucks.
Okay.
And I could not
Never
find the
change.
right opportunity to do so. And when the server restarted, I couldn't find a way to get the ender whale to exist in the overworld for more than 5 minutes without literally going anywhere else. So I couldn't do it. And I also didn't want to live in the end because we got some stuff with the end or something, but... Because the end was like something I kind of forget. Yeah, but I really wanted to like, because this is the first SMP this season where I had like full functioning genitalia except for a butthole, but like it's whatever. But like I wanted to make sweet and tender love to an ender whale, and then
What?
I
pretty much
loosely knew that you were going to go with that, just based off our encounters. Not surprising.
I mean, I knew you wanted to milk one. I didn't realize
Whoa.
it went farther than that.
I mean,
Well,
obviously,
well,
I
that's
would take it
part
to
of it,
dinner
right?
first. Obviously, I would take it to dinner first. Listen, you guys
Multiple,
are, I'm not doing this thing where I'm having sex with the whale. Ew, you know, ew sex. But like, I wanted to make sweet and tender, passionate love to it. I wanted to stroke its head while we lay together on the clouds, and I wanted to talk to it. And we talk to each other. We tell each other our aspirations, our dreams, you know, our feelings and our fears. And then we just kind of lull ourselves into the night, you know. And as the sun sets and we embrace each other, you know, a moment of love is shared between us, you know, stuff like that.
You know, Zen, that just sounds like you're backtracking.
I'm just saying, I've been very straightforward about what I want and what I wanted, and that's what I wanted to do.
Hey, Red, I know you're probably watching this right now. Go write that. I know you want to.
Red, do it. Do it.
I would not
First
read
I
it.
would love it, yeah.
I would not want to
Great,
read
you
that.
even have their consent.
I would
Go
read
write
it 'cause
that.
Yeah,
it'd be
you
funny.
even have my consent, which is the most important thing
Go
right now.
ahead.
Luna,
Yeah,
Luna.
and don't forget about the whale.
The whale would also
there's
have consent.
already Sons of the Siren slut. I mean,
No.
There can always be
No,
more.
we're done. We're done. Next, Archon, go ahead.
Moving on from that.
And
Why the
yes,
fuck is there
Red,
still a
you
black
do
Bart?
have to. Well, you don't have to, but you should.
And I just love how you added sunglasses and a mustache.
Oh, I'll put the glass back on. There you go.
Hell
That
yeah.
was all I had to
Thankfully,
say
now
about
you're-
that. That's all I wanted to say. I just
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
If I
she
do not
totally is
move,
Italian as per turn.
I am good quality. If I do
You
not
fixed
move,
your bits.
I guess. What?
yeah. If I do not move, yeah.
I will move for you. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so basically, what I wanted to do was like I wanted to kill everybody at all times. At all times, I wanted to kill anybody, like as a revenge plot. Like if somebody if like your character killed me because you were the most hostile towards me, I think.
Oh.
This fucking moving, dude. It's fucking distracting. I gotta cover it. I wanted to, like, if for example, if you killed me, I would have taken like an entire revenge arc. To be honest with you, just to kill every single person associated with you.
You wronged
included.
me more than I wronged you, but all right.
Yeah, but yeah, it's still gonna be a revenge plot. Like, come on. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because for one, I was going on for like I'm on nobody's side and I will always win.
No.
And second of
You
all,
lost,
you killed the
by
world.
way. Yeah,
I did lose.
You lost.
That was the major plot point. That you just killed the world.
Anything else?
No, not really.
Okay. I'm just gonna move you over there.
Like, because I was gonna kill everybody. Like the first part was the first part about it was like I was gonna kill Yana when we were trapped in the end. I was gonna kill him.
Oh,
like right then and there. Yeah. I left. I was gonna kill you right then and there with like when you were trying to wager for your soul shard. I was just gonna kill you right there just to make time faster.
I mean,
can I cut you guys off for a moment?
Go right ahead.
Hey, so we got a raid from the owner of the server, Twitch.tv.
Hello, owner of the server.
Polaris.
Yeah.
Hey, you all know this person, right?
No,
Ever
not
heard of,
really. Who is this person?
Mika Sinclair.
Did you mean
No. You mean Iris?
No, my son.
You mean Mike Hawk?
My son.
No,
My
that
son.
was Len.
Do you mean Rene? Do you mean Rene?
Oh,
Do you mean-
do you mean
Rene?
Nova 1.0? I
Rene.
mean Nova 2.0?
No.
You mean that Phantom that was flying around
1.0.
invisible?
Oh,
No,
Willow?
I mean my
Ori?
son. My son.
The person
That's
who
my
canonically
son, my
hated
son.
me for forever because I honestly just.
You called them weird.
You mean Gaslighter number 1?
Gaslight, Chroma, Gaslight.
Gaslight.
Every
Hi,
season.
moms.
All I do is get gaslit every season. This is fucking.
Wow, you're not gonna even acknowledge
hello?
me, Polaris.
Gaslit you.
Just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding. I gaslit Moon and Calamity.
You like
Wow.
gaslit me 10 times on like dead 10
Good.
different of
Get
like
girl bossed.
10
Um,
different seasons.
Woo, mom!
No question for it. Let's read Red's answers for this next question, and then go on to the next one very soon.
Oh, put
Fukuoka.
their image up.
Oh my God, you're so right. Hold on. I have it. You're right.
Yeah,
I
I
do
sent
have
it. I
it.
sent it.
Hold on. Hold the phone. Oh, they're so big. Oh my God.
It's a.
Oh,
Holy
They're just
shit, that's
attacking the
huge.
screen.
It's a.
Hey,
baby.
Sorry, did someone say something really big?
It's 2000 by 2000.
calm yourself, Sid.
You talking about the whales
It's
or
a big
like?
resolution.
Anyway, let me read this.
Don't mind me holding a gun to Zen's head right now. Anyway.
I love whales.
For Hyoga, I had a few ideas I wanted to incorporate into the lore, such as expanding on her relationship with Dask and delving into her mother's bloodline to become a queen like her mother. Sadly, never had the chance to truly solidify anything. Sunlight, though, there were things that were happening that I couldn't stream because of secrets and not wanting people to stream snipe before finding out in character. So a lot of the story ended up being hush-hush. Though I did want him to get his happy ever after of marrying Vera. Sadly, it'll never happen. I'm sorry. From the bottom of my sadness, void-filled heart,
No, you
I
weren't.
apologize.
No,
I
you weren't.
am.
You
I-
even killed their kid.
No, you're not.
Sorry, you
Oh.
monster.
You know what? Well, let me go.
You were hungry. What do you mean?
So, if there are any, there were a lot of moments that I had. Hold on, I have a note. This is one of the few I actually wrote down answers for Nemu. The first thing, this is more common knowledge. I had a Figura that was like super glitched out and errored.
Oh, I remember
was going
that.
to use if Nemu was on her last life when we had 3 lives, and I only ever died once in the entire series, and that was because of Inigo, and that was a very quick death, so that was pretty anticlimactic. So it never actually happened. I never got to use it, but there was a keybind that I made that would turn the entire sky dark, which was I was really proud of that. It wasn't part of the origin; it was part of the Figura. and I freaked out a few people off screen with it. It's very fun. Second, I don't know how many of you remember when the world started glitching out, we had to choose a bad choice and a good choice. Now my good choice was something that would give me a splash potion that would be like very, 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 very deadly poison. And I really wanted to do something with that because Nemu's whole backstory that was like created, you know, that wouldn't actually happen, was that she was the daughter of a very wealthy doctor, learned everything from him, was forced into an arranged marriage, went blind, and then killed everybody because her husband cheated on her. So I wanted to kind of replicate the poison that she had used in like the present, but I never could because I never got that role. I had the bad role and then I never got the good one, so whatever.
Me playing Vera, just sitting down like, you're not going to hit me with that.
I think it actually would have killed you because it gave poison and wither.
The wither would have done something. The poison would have
It probably would have killed you.
How long would have it lasted for?
A very long time. It was pretty overpowered.
Some people, I know some people have like slight resistance. I know Starlight's character had
Rain had a fast
resistance.
metabolism.
So what it did is it made it for way less time than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And
A
also
lot
some
less time.
undead people are immune to poison.
What wither
I think it was
specifically?
poison, wither, and blindness.
Some of them
I think is
were.
what it did.
When I played an undead character, it was for some reason. I don't think that was on purpose.
I think
Vera
it
was
was,
immune to poison.
Yeah.
It depends on the person, I guess.
Yeah. There were the two other things. So when I learned, this is the first two were original Nova. These two are Lamentum Nova. When Lorelei told Nemu that Grim was a snitch, I had this whole idea where I would give the super powerful sword to Yuta, who would be hiding because Lorelei couldn't go invisible at this point. I'd lure Grim out and be like, so, like, did you ever care about Rene or the family and, like, that we ever had? And depending on those answers, I would have had Yuta kill Grim, and then we'd steal his stuff, and then never show up in front of him again. But I couldn't do that.
That's really funny. Wait, I didn't even know that.
I think it was in. I think it was in our group chat. I think
She talked
it was in
about
our
it in
group
Grind
chat.
Trio. She did.
Yeah.
talk about it
Oh,
in Grind
right.
Trio.
Yeah, you're probably offline for that, but that was gonna be the plan. Never could do it because as soon as we found out that Grim was a snitch, literally the next stream we ended the world. So, the other thing was I had the plan to get the book first. I was gonna speed run that, and I wasn't going to immediately end the world. Like I was gonna like say to everyone, hey, I'm gonna end the world, and you know nobody really believed me, and then it happened. But
I believed you.
Vera
Thank
believed you.
I was going.
You did
to...
know that I sorry, like you did know that I did have totems on me, right?
You could only have like what 2 totems at a time, and that's
No, that was before the thing. That was before
How many totems
the.
did you have at you on one?
7.
I mean, 7. I mean, it would have been pretty easy to get 7 totems down.
7 totems down. I also
Yeah,
had my
that's
invincibility,
7,
and I would have known.
Well, you wouldn't have known where Yuta was though. Whatever. This is.
I would have
think it
known where he
happened.
was. Yeah.
He was invisible.
No,
He was extremely
I would have killed.
I will
Judas
say we
faster.
also did. I did test the sharpness thing against your level of resistance. This is when we were doing the Jormungandr testing because I want to see how high 250 sharpness would go against someone. The higher resistance, it would have worked all the way up to resistance 8. So unless
Okay,
you
had
hold on,
resistance
hold on,
8,
Hold on. Wait, Zen.
yeah.
I feel like this. Hold on. Let me quickly answer this.
Oh, should I not
question,
say
and
any of
then I have-
this?
No, I have one more thing to add to what you just said. But I wanted
yeah.
to take the book. This is if I actually gave my sword to Sage when it was told to be contraband. But the way that Sage worded the book, I never did. I put an American flag in there and called it a day, and I was never told off for it. So I never did that, and I was going to use the book as blackmail for Sage to get anything I wanted. But I didn't, so whatever. But what Zen was about to say is very, very bad. Do you remember when we killed everyone the first time with the books and the papers and stuff?
Oh, I get resistance 50, by the way.
What?
I get resistance 50.
That's
to answer
awesome.
Zen's question for like
Okay.
resistance 8. Yeah.
All right. Well, good thing
That's
that
still
never
fine.
happened then. But, the day that we went into Nova Sanctum that and killed everyone accidentally.
The first time or the second time?
The first time. We found the box of the Orbs of Origins because we found out how to break into security chests.
I found
And-
that. I found
We
that.
were
ages ago.
I remember that.
We were able to use
That was really funny.
Jormungandr's ability and test with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that off stream?
It was off
Yeah, we
stream,
did.
yeah.
I got
It was
so
awesome.
scared because every time I turned in the Jormungandr's origin, I would get a custom advancement that would announce to the whole fucking server that I turned into his origin.
I kept that sword.
I kept the sword.
Oh,
that
you kept the sword? I
no,
thought I-
that was the same day we found
Y'all.
the 255 sword, and that turned,
Y'all.
Yeah, no, I kept Jormungunder's sword.
and that evolved.
Hey.
That evolved into Whiskers of the Past, but yeah, there were a lot of illegal things that we did off stream that maybe we'll talk about
Oh yes.
later. But you know, we're really good at hiding our tracks. So thanks mods
is-
for never noticing.
I'm in distress.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you,
yeah,
Chroma.
I guess next season we gotta tighten down security, eh?
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
sounds
to
like a
be fair,
good
secu-
idea.
I will
Full
say this.
honesty,
I knew from very, very early on security chests could be destroyed with just using some vines, bone mealing it, and then it would completely destroy the
That's
security
not,
chest.
we're not gonna get the mod back, so I'll just say the way
No,
you're able
we're
to get it
No,
out is with hoppers.
no.
Yeah, that
no,
too.
That's what we
Yeah,
guessed.
yeah.
That's what we guessed is that you.
It seems like the most stupidly obvious thing in the world.
It's
That
very-
everyone
Wait,
should
You
have
think
noticed.
that's stupidly obvious? I destroyed someone's entire house offline by accident and rebuilt it.
How did you destroy our flag?
I
Now
still
with
think
that
the nether
information,
vines
though,
was the
all that-
best trick.
so many things make more sense now that I know that you guys are doing illegal shit offline.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
Well,
I'm like,
okay.
I had trusted you guys.
To be fair, every
It
time we
wasn't
did
illegal.
something illegal, we always made sure that everything was reverted before somebody went live.
That
Yes,
is true.
yes.
As
Oh,
long
yes,
as you
yes, yes.
reverse your griefing for
I
something
mean,
illegal.
Well, we never-
or
we-
something-
Technically,
The
it wasn't
only grief that we
illegal, you didn't get
release was
caught.
Canon stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah. I mean, like.
I'm glad
if
we're
you do
confessing our
something.
sins now, considering.
Yeah,
we got to
I'm
hell.
looking at you.
I mean, everyone knew about the TNT cannon in the mountain.
Yeah.
There
I
was
did
a
not-
TNT cannon in the mountain.
I guess
I stand
Archon
corrected.
didn't know.
I didn't know about it
Well,
either.
Asked me if it was okay, and I said, just don't blow up Nova Sanctum.
We blew up Nova Sanctum later.
I
We blew up
I
Sanctum Sanctum.
did.
In my defense, I didn't use the cannon.
In my defense, it was my choice to destroy Nova Sanctum, and I roped them into it. Anyway, let's go to the next question before Polaris.
Yeah,
goes
I
into
wasn't
the
even part of that. I wasn't even like at fault at that for some.
I think I
fucking
still have the
You
video.
said yes. You said
You were an
yes.
accomplice.
We all, I will
was an
say, we did
accomplice,
all
but-
consent at some point to accomplice in that crime.
The next
Yes.
question. I'm sorry to cut off our conversation, but we still have a lot to get through.
Mhm.
Man,
This is a little bit of a quicker question, thankfully. Do you have a favorite underrated scene with you or anyone else's character? This can be anything from both seasons. Try to stick to one specific scene because I want to hear the best one. Okay, I want just the best one. So, Ink, go ahead.
I would have to say probably that time when I witnessed Nova getting murdered.
That was a very good scene. Chroma.
For me, I think it was literally the back-to-back moment that Estrella had with both Lene and, like, Rene. Lene was just like, I don't think, the people really care, except, like, you and Nada. And then Rene, right after Lene logs off, Estrella's, like, letting them into her house and building them. Rene goes, I feel like people are only doing this because the government is telling them. I feel like no one cares. And I was like in physical distress. OC and in.
Wow, I think I remember that because I remember seeing that in the Discord and being like, wow, they're not wrong. All right, Luna.
So, one honorable mention, which I'll be talking about in the next question, but I'm kind of torn between two things, but both very quick. One of which I think is sort of a very impactful to my character, was that which I mentioned briefly when they lost their soul shard the second time and lost their memories of the lovers, which was both Maverick and Rain at the time. Naruto went to talk to Maverick as they were going to their team building area, and I purposely was asking a little bit too much of a probing questions, and basically right at the end, basically Maverick, who is Jormungandr, basically got Naruto pulled up close and was like, "You ask too many questions," right as I was holding my axe about to swing, and he killed me before Naruto could kill him. And sort of like an honorable kind of mention was day one. Dask died in Naruto's arms because I as a person couldn't figure out how to phase through, bring Dask back up, and then right at the very end, Naruto died in Dask's arm because I didn't eat a golden apple to reset the grave countdown. So we just kind of like
very poetic.
Yeah, very poetic.
I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry. I have a question. Not like this is like towards like the question of like, do you have a favorite underrated scene? Doesn't need to be like, doesn't need to be like somebody's POV from it, or
yeah, it has to be like a. I mean, I like back out of
can
character
it be like
moments, but it has to be.
okay.
I want this question. I want it to be something that like to do with the story. Yeah.
Okay.
Poggies. All right, Moon.
All right. So I have quite a few.
Try to pick the one that you think is the best.
I died a lot.
Same.
Like a lot. There was some that I died way more than others. For the first time I was here, I died 12 times.
Oh.
Due to players only.
Oh.
It was the first time I was here, but I think either my most favorite scene, or the most underrated. It wasn't our favorite, just our underrated thing. Was either it was the Fae one, where there was this cart wagon thing that you could attach to other things. And I remember that it doesn't move them, it like drags them, which is a problem. Isn't a problem horizontally, but vertically.
Hope SMP?
One of them. And somebody took a ride with a flying animal. And I know some people are like, yeah, let's go for a ride, right? So they all go into this thing. I'm like, I'm not getting in that. No way am I getting in that. I know what happened. And I don't say anything. So I just get on my dragon and I'm just following them around. And they go around. It's like, look how fun it is. And I think somebody was talking in the middle of it and they got cut off. It touched the ground. You hear like the loudest fall sound you've ever heard in Minecraft. And just like everyone dies. And I just couldn't contain it. Everyone just dies in there. And I'm like, fuck. Everyone dies.
Sure.
It was
a good, yeah.
It was a good one. I think somebody clipped it. I don't know who it was from my point of view, but I think I still have it. Yeah, it probably was you. You're like one of like the 3 people that clip my random look through my 1,000 videos and just find this one little moment and just clip it. The other one is when I killed the Monarch. That one was fun.
Oh my!
I remember that. We never had a talk show for Hope SMP. We should do that sometime.
Oh no, I have way too many things to say about that.
I've forgotten.
I was the big bad in that scenario, and I didn't even show up to the thing last time because I was busy. Yeah, we're gonna stop there. I think that was a very.
For Calamity. I first started this in Calamity, so.
Was that Calamity?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you were there for that one for like.
No, it was the Fae one, right?
The Calamity was before.
The Fae was
Calamity was after.
Yeah. Calamity was when you were Moonlight Draco.
Hope SMP, and then it's Calamity. Then it's.
Didn't you join when we
Wait,
were?
You were in Hope.
You were in Hope.
She was in Hope, but she didn't do a talk show.
I didn't do the talk show in Hope.
Oh. Yeah. That didn't happen. So you don't want to know about anything that happened there. I was actually the good guy. I was the hero of that story.
I was the hero. Okay,
moving on.
I saved the world in Calamity SMP.
Me and Shoes could save the world and Hope SMP.
I mean,
really
the human world.
No, I was in Hope SMP. I'm saying I saved the day in Calamity.
Ah. I see.
Oh, in Hope, I was the hero 100%.
Shut up,
Okay.
liar, liar.
Before we go back on topic, I will say, how many of you remember the pear tree?
Yes, I was also going to say that the cow thing that was. I
Or
just
did
That was
you
my
say
said it.
pear
favorite
tree?
clip
I turned
from
around and was like,
the
"What did you just say? That's a pear tree. Like, what
I
the
said,
fuck are you
"Oh,
talking
damn
about?"
it! I thought that was a cow, and you thought I was calling you a cow, but I was actually looking at an ungrown pear tree in the forest."
Yeah, I was like, "The fuck are you talking about?" And then you're talking about. I was talking about the tree, and I'm like, "Oh, that doesn't make any more sense. What the hell are you on?"
The problem was that was
You're
like
on
the
a want.
first
And
time
can
we
I
actually
have
had
some?
interacted, so that was my first impression on you.
Wow,
That I
that's
thought
a-
that the tree was a cow.
that was a really good first impression.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I'm a
lie.
very smart person, can't you tell? Anyway,
We're allowed to have scuff. It's our job. It's in the description.
it is our job.
If you read close enough in the fine print, it's there. Come on.
Every
Look
time
closer.
someone joins, it's in the fine.
Anyways, that's it for me. This is totally off topic, and I'm moving on.
My turn on the seat. I think Crow will know this moment. Remember when we were in the end, and I was fighting warthogs? You drive by and a end warthog from me.
The one where you did a 360.
Yeah.
Just a silent yeah.
Yeah. Sarah was hunting warthogs for Estrella because Estrella was trying to kit the. This is during the team building event. And
Yeah,
Estrella
it
trying
was.
to kit her entire team as the de facto team leader, and I flew right by. Saw Vero was going for this warthog, 360 no scope this fucking warthog, and yelled 360 no scope, and then dipped.
Australia was Diamond 1 at that point.
Wow.
That'll always live rent free in my head.
It's
Just
clipped,
fucking.
too.
It is clipped, yeah.
Too, on both channels.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wow.
sorry. Was this the? What did you say? But I kind of walked away.
There was a thing in the end when we were doing the team building event, grabbing gear and upgrades and stuff.
Okay.
I was hunting a warthog, and then Estrella came out of nowhere. I yelled 360 no scope.
Oh, right, that's-
Elytra. Yeah. All right, that's me. Bye. Jumps out window.
Hi.
Just fenestrate self.
I'm a corpse. I can handle it.
I have no clue whose stream the point of view was on because I was the distraction. But the blowing up of all the bases.
That wasn't on anybody's stream.
Yeah,
Really.
no
It wasn't
one.
on anybody's stream.
off-stream
No,
by
Ma-
Orion.
Was it all
Maverick was the one that blew up all the bases. So
I helped.
It happened
helped.
during people's streams.
I'm talking about the
When
people
y'all
finding
were
out the aftermath of it.
I tried to
Oh.
find
Like, going and
That
seeing
was
the
a very bad day
carnage.
for me.
Oh, it was on my stream, and everyone who was part of Team Friendship.
I wanted to see
Part
the
of
aftermath of
everyone's
our
Team
base, but I
Friendship stream.
I was.
I never had a chance to.
Yeah, because Team Friendship came back, and it was like, what was it? Ink was DMing me and saying, "Hey, you guys need to come back to the team base because there's trouble." And Ink and Archon were there, and they were like in panic, and they're, yeah, no, our base just got blown up. Like, who blew up our base? And we spent like entire time to figure out who.
Mhm.
I will say.
It was me.
I was a
I had
distraction.
worked on that base the entire day before that, and then that day I had worked on that base for like 8 to 10 hours, and it was basically done at that point. And there was an event that night in the end, and I wanted to go do it, so I stopped building. I put all my stuff away in the chests inside the base, and then I went to the event, and then my power went out, so then I couldn't do the event. When I came back, the base was gone, and I will say that because my base was destroyed, that is why everybody died that night. I was very angry.
I lucked out and I didn't die that night.
You did. That was when that was the night.
Oh, that was the okay. That was the books.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes
the
sense.
second time
I
at
destroyed
least.
the sanctum.
I mean, That just
really funny.
That just turned into Rain sassing the fuck out of Nova, being like, "How dare!"
You should have seen my DMs right after.
I was so sad that I didn't get to see the damages of ours because I worked so hard to make all the tiny islands.
Because Alrian came into my DMs right after and was just like, he was like, "I'm really upset." Alrian came into my. I feel
You're cutting out.
Oh,
shit. Like a lot.
Talk louder.
Okay, so Alrian came into my DMs right after and was just like, "I feel so bad," and I was just like, like, "Don't say anything because I think Shizu might cuss you out." So.
I feel bad looking back on it, but I was really sad.
No, we both understood like why you're mad.
Mhm.
Like everyone understood because we knew how much time you put in. And then I was just like, maybe if you blow something up, don't blow up any of Shizu's builds because Shizu no lives on these builds, and I feel so bad when it gets thrown away.
I didn't get to take a screenshot of it, and that was the only real problem. But it's fine, because it made for a really good, very like descend to a villain arc, if you want to call it that. So
anti-hero arc.
I don't know.
I think I have an actual
anti-government.
Was I an anti-hero or a villain?
You were a vigilante. There we go.
Vigilantism, yeah.
Sure, but I did kill all the good guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Air quotes, good guys. You never know.
One could say a cowboy.
You think of Bear as a good person?
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, that's a very good scene. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Zen.
All right. Now I people think I'm gonna probably say that one scene where I bust in and I kill the snake, in surprising everyone there. But my favorite scene of all time is I got really wasted during one of the times we were in the early days of the SMP, and I was feeling pretty sad, you know. So there's this one scene, and I think I have the clip on me somewhere. I think it was like July 9th on Star Stream where we were fishing for the first time.
Oh,
and
I remember that.
Chroma for 5 minutes straight, just kept saying, let me go see, what was this? She just kept saying, balls for 5 minutes every time she threw her... Yeah, for 5 minutes straight. Chroma would just keep saying balls every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Balls.
Balls.
Yep.
I see.
Balls.
Yeah. It was just balls.
I mean, it was a nice fishing.
It was really great. And I was laughing my ass off the entire time. It was great.
It was
Thank
rolling.
You're welcome.
Bone's got the best content in the game, man.
Man, where's Archon? I found Archon.
You found me. Let's go.
All right.
What? What am I wearing?
Oh, no,
I'm
go ahead,
wearing
go
the
ahead,
exact
go
same thing.
Go ahead, I'll do your animations again for you.
Thank you. I don't want to be like all pixelated anymore, so I'm just gonna not move. My favorite scene was actually my first day. It was my first day on the server, and afterwards, like when we went to go towards that dungeon, and I was giving you my brain.
Yeah.
No.
It was like that was my entirely favorite part because I gave you my brain, you threw it out a fucking window because you didn't want it. I jumped down, I fucking broke my leg because I didn't know how to fly then. And then I fucking died. Like after I did find out about my boost, my fucking rocket boost. It's just I try to go into that small little hole of where the glass is broken and just immediately hit a fence. That's my favorite
pane,
part.
Actually. It was a glass pane.
Yeah, glass whatever. It's the same.
You died a lot.
Glass pane.
I did a lot on the first day. We had a picnic year.
Yeah, that was back when you were a nice person.
I was listen, he was going to go insane. I told you.
Son.
Accidentally, I literally did not know my fucking keybinds on that, like for Solus. I deadass did not. I promise you.
But sure. That was a very funny moment.
Collateral damage.
That was a very funny moment. Sorry for all the times that I was responsible for your deaths, indirectly and directly.
What do you mean?
Well,
what do you mean indirectly?
I was the one who brought you to that dungeon.
No apologies.
You died a lot in that dungeon, yeah.
I did die a lot in that dungeon. Yeah, well, only once, but
no apologies.
Oh, it was only once.
Shizuka.
It was only once.
Oh.
After that, we went to the picnic. Yep.
Let's see. Here's Red's answer. Was that's number 5. Okay. My favorite scene? That's kind of hard to pick. But I think my favorite was perhaps in the first portion of the Nova season, Sunlight's revival ritual when Nada died. There's actually some important lore that was spoke that no one heard, and I was just laughing hysterically because no one caught on to it.
Yeah.
I wish I knew. I wasn't. This was when my power was out, so I wasn't there to see it. But man, I hope somebody else is. Does anybody have any?
So during the whole ritual at the, I think it was at the very end of, basic gist of like, oh yeah, I'm doing this because I don't want to give in to my hunger, blah 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 blah, and like with like the last 30 seconds before Polaris did the thing, or last a minute or ever, I said, maybe in my next life I'll be a turtle, and then that was slash kill, and then I just
maybe in my next life I'll be a turtle. Blah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing I'll tell you one thing that Red told me. They said Sunlight's soul shard would go to the person who loved them the most, and Vera didn't get it. So who did it go to?
Lorelai.
Feels bad, man. I got you.
So who did it go to?
You
Watch
had the
lore
fucking
video to
soul
find
shard.
out.
I'm not gonna watch that shit. No.
Bro, Lorelai didn't
sorry.
even know Sunlight. Hold on.
By the way, during that Sunlight thing, I did offer
Yeah.
to take the place of Nada at one point, but Nada was like, "Nah, man, I got this." And I was
Yeah,
like, okay, man.
Noto did not want to let her son, basically her adopted son, even though Nova Sanctum
was
did
on
not
one,
see
like-
it, take her place. So
Yeah, I was super ready to die.
Not only did Vera not get it, Rain didn't get it.
Yep.
I guess I'll have to watch the video then.
Mm-hmm.
I do want
What
to say
the hell?
something though. During the
Who
revival,
said that? What the?
like they were in spectator mode, and then they turned to like survival mode, right, for the reintroduction. I could see them moving around when they're in spectator mode still, so I could still. I was like, hold on. There's another person. They're there. I can see them. People are like, shh, no, you can't see them. Shush. You don't see anything. I'm like, I see them. And it's like, I'm looking at them right now.
Points fingers. There!
I know it. They're here.
You're over here like squirrel.
But like for real, like it was those moments that I'm like, do I say something? Like, do I like just yell? I can see them. Like, I don't like in character. You don't like at these points like. In lore, people are like, no, you can't see that, or like, yeah, you can't see that. Go ahead. And like out of character, I'm just like, I don't care. I see them. They're right there. I see them.
I honestly feel like Yan was basically a spirit medium that nobody believed. That's just my personal headcanon.
Just
To be
because
honest-
it's the server.
Kizuka, don't skip yourself again.
Okay.
You are one of us. You can't.
Yeah.
One of us.
So
Just go sit in the other chair.
hold on.
We'll put us all in the host chair, and you'll sit in the interviewer one.
I
Put me.
I could do that. Hold on. I have a picture that I can put there.
Just put all of us in there.
No. Put me
I have
there.
I have a very good
interviewer
picture
chair,
I can put in the.
so that we can have an Amma and Sunset of Mobile.
There we go. Okay. So my favorite underrated scene. There's actually one specifically that I don't think anybody.
George Costanza. Okay.
There's a reason. George Costanza is the name of the dog that I have in the One Block server. But there's an
I think
underrated
you may
scene
have
that.
actually died.
Oop.
Uh-oh.
Shut up. Leave me alone. Anyway, there is a scene that nobody's really mentioned. It's not been anything like related to any of this. That I don't think anybody remembers, but it was one of my favorites for. Well, you'll see why. In the beginning of the server, back when Rene was around, Rene and Maverick, not Yormi, but Maverick, they went out on one of the quests for that day while I was building the bathhouse, because one of the quests that day was to give the Wisp a bath. And
Oh,
the
I
two of
remember
them
that
went out.
one.
The two of them went out, and I was like, okay, well, Maverick seems to be very strong, so it'll be fine. The two of them go out. Nothing bad happens. I'm building. I see the Sneak 100 achievement for them pop up. I'm like, yeah, well, that's not good, but all right. They both come back unharmed, and previously, Maverick had mentioned that he fights with a pickaxe because he isn't able to use weapons. And I'm like,
no, I think he
oh,
specifically
right,
said swords.
It was something like that, because then Rene said everything went great. Uncle Maverick was able to defend me with a really powerful sword, and I'm standing there like, that doesn't make any sense, because they specifically said they couldn't use a sword. They could only stay put with a pickaxe.
I even made them a claymore.
That was the first thing that said, I think, because I don't know how many of you remember, before the season started, I said Maverick's going to be evil, and nobody agreed with me, and that was the first thing that I'm like, all right, Maverick is definitely evil, because now I have to choose between a trusted uncle or my child, who is like a 2-year-old who might not be seeing things correctly. And in the end, I did in fact believe in Rene, and I was right. That was a really cool moment for me. I know it was because the origin change, but it was really cool.
No, there was no origin change. It was always
I couldn't.
No, there was.
I couldn't spoil it for you. Because I see all for world lore, and I knew. So when I heard, or when you started having sus for Maverick, I was like, fuck, they're figuring it out too fast. I need to slow this shit down. So I played, I'm gonna reject everything despite you being correct.
To be fair, I always have an inkling for whenever I'm in a new series, I always have an inkling to whoever is going to be the bad character. I don't know how, but day one, I like one of the first handful of days, I made an alliance with the Maverick, and I was like, stick this through until the end, and kind of just twisted it on, and it just went horribly wrong.
What's really funny is it was that made me immediately start distrusting Maverick, right? But then, this was completely OOC. The day that Maverick was revealed to be Jormungandr, Arian came up to me because I wasn't streaming yet and was like, oh yeah, I'm the big bad guy. And I'm like, I was right. It was very funny. Yeah. It was very funny for me.
Oh, I think I remember that. I remember that.
Because you might have been there.
I was like there after he revealed himself to you. But I saw his model for the first time.
I do want to say something.
Yes.
So sorry, I might be probably interrupting.
No, you're
but
fine.
It seems like a lot of the time when somebody's like the big bad, people they don't kill them. They just avoid them a lot. And I was like, but I know he wasn't online for a lot of it.
I was literally gonna 1v1 them and choose to die.
I know, but
joined.
But they only died once, didn't they?
Yeah, technically twice. They got killed once by Zen, but then they also died at the end of the series.
I feel like by playing passive characters, I get murdered more often than when I'm actually a dick. The first season, I got murdered 12 times.
Yeah,
12. It was
in one day.
Sorry, my bad, Chief.
No, it wasn't in one day. I think 3 were by Polaris for funnies, but
one of them was by Arian on that.
Yeah, that was. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that one. That one was something that we will not mention in the future, of course. But I don't know. I feel like this new season is going to be a more calmer. I've been told.
You'd be surprised.
We'll see.
I've been told.
I'm not going to hold my breath, to be honest.
We'll talk about. We'll talk about
pass
it.
the fuck out.
I do not believe that. People love stabbing, but
we'll get there. Well,
it's gonna happen.
Go and read some character sheets, and you'll see where things could be going. Let's go on to the next question. Okay, the next question of our talk show is kind of similar, but instead of your favorite moment, what was the most surprising moment for you? If this is the same as your underrated moment, then you can just say that. It doesn't really matter to me, but Ink, go ahead.
Let's see, what was the most surprising moment for me? Probably when the Straya just up and disappeared right in front of me right before we were supposed to go and raid Keep Kyra.
My bad.
Got
Sorry.
fucking yoinked in the middle of their date. Oh,
I'm sorry.
This marks the second time that one of my characters been talked.
Yeah.
it's funny because I wrote that down. I wrote it down. But yeah, no, my surprising moment because I was so ready to I was ready to I was gonna have this cute moment as Estrella with Eden and then get killed and surprise everyone else hopefully, and then I just got kicked off the server and I didn't know what to do. I had literally only been streaming for 20 minutes at the time, so I was sitting there, I was just do I do?
It's because you didn't notice that you were dead at that point.
Yeah, and then what is it? Oh, and I started thinking about it from Ink's POV. I was just that's so fucked up because she just disappears. They're right when she disappears, they're literally talking, just having a moment, and she's gone. She's just gone gaga, and it's over.
Reminds me
Gaga.
of that one. Reminds me of that
Me?
one time in
Go gaga.
Stellaris when fucking Sunset got Thanos snapped away from Amma's eyes.
Oh my god, I remember that. Yeah.
Promo went to get milk and never came back.
Oh
God.
god! Once again,
Actually,
Milton died.
actually.
Like Soul, just like Soul for real.
Mm-hmm.
Soul left me alone. Why? He didn't even come back with the milk, but I don't care. I made my own society. Anyway.
Yep. Luna, you're next.
I think I briefly mentioned this with the previous question, but this was something that, honestly, I knew was going to happen at some point just because Nalta was just getting more and more negative karma, and at some point, I think at some point probably had over 1,000 negative karma. I don't remember. Point being, had a lot of negative karma, and so basically this happened sometime soon after near the beginning of the Nova was Nota's origin changed ever so slightly, and I had to do the whole reselect of the origin, which was very surprised about. And the biggest thing was Yuta started calling it the will to live bar, and then I kind of just continued off that with basically it was just anytime I take damage and I'm on half a heart, it would just affect the will to live bar, and
It's reverse walkies.
Yeah, basically reverse walkies, essentially. And this was the moment when the fake dungeon report went out, and the moment when you used the warp scroll to basically a fake warp scroll to teleport me into an obsidian
That took an hour to set up, by the way.
Yeah,
for it.
and with lava, obsidian all around it, and I was panicking in it because I was just wondering what the heck was happening and going on, and I was just I just swore under my breath of because honestly I didn't know how to react because no one else went there, and so that was very surprising, and that infected Nalta the entire rest of Nova, because she literally told Daz, was don't touch warp scrolls at whatever cost, because they will likely kill you, and blah 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 blah, and it was just a whole thing.
What's really funny is nobody ever really knew it was me until I specifically said it. It was pretty ambiguous.
Yeah, the thing is, I assumed it was either you or Polarius, just because it was the most likely of two situations.
That was funny.
It was funny though.
About it the day of them, and I was like, "You guys are so evil, but go."
I am Nova's most wanted for a reason. I have the highest kill count on the server.
That is true.
My bad, guys. I'm sorry.
I don't know if that's something to brag about.
Honestly, I'm pretty proud. I'm pretty proud of you, man.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Zen's
No,
proud.
no, that's
She
an
also
honor.
has
Coming
the
from
she also
Zen
had
Sinclair of Calamity SMP. That's an honor.
And V Sinclair from Calamity.
That's an honor coming from the
That is an
tag lock
honor.
killer.
That is an honor.
Oh god
Yeah.
damn, the tag lock killer. Oh, you forgot about that.
Didn't you guys have a whole thing with that?
The tag lock killer?
The tag locks?
Yeah.
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 That's
Zed laughing in the background.
Don't
That's
you
a
need
long
to
story.
wait for the tag log? Don't you need to right click their bed or on them? Or...
Yeah.
Or on them.
Yeah, yeah,
But
one of the
people-
two.
Yeah, either.
People failed it so bad sometimes because if you
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
shift it,
okay.
it makes it your bed.
It does.
So
Yeah.
that means that you're just
good
mess
times.
the entire thing up. So if you try to do it cough cough in secret and you end up stealing their bed, then you're just wasting your resources. And I think sometimes on that server, at that time, it makes your spawn point theirs. It makes your spawn point there, but it takes away their spawn point. So I realized that happened when I was like, oh shit, because I think something like if you go to the end and then through the overworld or something, you like it puts you back to your spawn point, right?
Yeah.
And I think I was testing something out. I'm like, I didn't go to where my bed was. Hold on.
This season?
No, this was the Fae season.
Oh, that might have been me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think someone messed it up, and
It was
I don't know if I don't think I'm the one who messed it up. I might have though.
somebody messed it up.
No, it was you because you're the only one that Monarch and sent to go take tag lock.
Well,
from Sarah.
I got the tag locks there though.
Yeah, it was either you or it was Monarch that messed it
Oh
up.
yeah,
It
because
was-
then you guys broke into the house later. But whatever.
Okay.
no, it was Star.
What's your surprising moment?
Someone. It was someone who broke it.
Who we're talking? Me.
You.
Oh,
You.
This is me. Oh. I'm mean here, but
No, it's fine.
I really wasn't surprised by anything that happened. I kind of predicted that there would be a mass massacre or something, and that's what happened twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My bad.
it was a little bit predictable,
My
Let's
but I
go.
saw it coming.
Whips and Nate.
Let's
I
go.
don't want to be mean,
I'm
but
taking that as a compliment.
It's not me. There's
But it
always
was-
Because I
some
literally
mass
said I
murder.
was gonna do it, and nobody like.
I saw it
y'all
coming.
Let me do it anyway.
I
Nobody
tried to get the
stopped me.
book, but like you got there ahead of me, so
But as for surprise stuff, I'm trying so hard to think of something I was surprised by this
Ever.
Fine
season.
if you aren't.
Is this ever or in this season
No,
only?
just
If you
in
can't,
this
if you
This
can't
is
think of
season.
anything for this season, I guess go ahead, say whatever.
Is I didn't really have too much of a role in this season because I wasn't online as much. I guess that's why. But I don't know. Because I had like kind of like a spectator's kind of viewpoint because I wasn't around as much. But I guess I was surprised because there were a few things that I don't remember. Like I didn't catch up on Noda being in a obsidian box. I probably
that was
would have
way
remembered that.
before you showed up. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but I was always watching it, right? So I was trying to keep up with the server despite, personal whatevers. But I don't know. I feel like I wasn't surprised by anything in particular. Although the obsidian box does seem a little bit familiar, surrounded by lava. That seems...
So it was in the end. It was one of the
Yeah.
Obsidiolith.
Obsidiolith,
Oh.
arenas. And
Yeah,
I mined
yeah.
inside of it, put a waystone in the middle, surrounded the waystone by obsidian, because
No,
If
I
you-
couldn't face through it.
yeah,
Obsidian.
you can't face through obsidian, and then you wouldn't be able to warp out. And then filled it with lava, but I had to like go between the nether and the end like 20 times, so it was
Well,
you would have
yeah.
remembered it if you were there for it. It was
I
pretty
would have
important.
remembered that if I heard about it, which I didn't, unfortunately.
Sad.
Wait,
So-
didn't you have a warp stone?
I
Luna?
did, but I was
For that?
panicking.
You can't warp while you're taking damage.
Yeah.
Oh, can you
oh,
not?
yeah.
Warp zone, so you'd
For-
have to use the.
I was also panicking as well, so
Yeah, I think if you take... No, I think sometimes when you take damage, I think it's just big damage. I'm not too sure.
It's big.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, you're in lava. You're dying fast.
Yeah, if you're in lava, then you're just...
yeah, I had five hearts. I think I either had 5 or 10 hearts, and I was panicking.
had
So either
5.
way, I was screwed.
Yeah. I thought I
Yeah.
tried to think through everything for that, so I'm glad it worked.
Anyways, moving
Yeah.
on. Bye.
Oh.
Bye. There's can't hardly
Hello.
hear you. Hello.
Yeah, it was the fucking lava trap. That was the one.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Really proud of myself. I'm glad that people found it surprising.
Shizuka picks me up, eats me out of the castle.
Bye bye now.
I also kind of found a lot of things predictable, like reading a like certain type of novel. Like once you've read the first book, you know what's gonna happen, kind of thing. So I really like the only thing surprising, I guess, would harken back to the group event thing. I was surprised the explosion thing was actually a thing that happened. Like I was. It started off as a joke, and then it became not a joke. That's about it.
That's fair.
But other than that, everything's just kind of like, wait, hold on. Things are ranking up. Oh, I know what's coming next. It flips next page. Yeah, I was right. But yeah.
Guess we gotta work harder next season.
I got you. Don't worry.
Your turn.
I mean, just mix it up a little bit.
Guys, you guys don't understand how much more I have.
Yes, Lore Mod looks at my character, sweats.
I'm working so fucking hard. I still owe Polaris a few lore. So, y'all, we're trying.
Yeah, it looks like Gunvold sweats.
Zenithy Zenvex.
Zenithy Zenvex Sinclair.
What's up, man?
Zenithy Zenvex
What are we doing?
Sinclair.
Alright. Surprising moment. Huh. No, I can't even. I actually can't even think of anything. No, everything was like pretty. Yeah, that makes sense, kind of. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean.
I guess you can just say it was the shocked expression on my face as you brutally murdered Nova.
Oh, I mean, that was my plan to murder Nova. So I had assumed I was gonna be able to do it at some point.
Yeah, but were you expecting visitors though?
Oh, you know what? I guess I wasn't expecting Jormungandr to jump in there.
I wasn't.
Wow.
I wasn't even gonna jump in there and do anything, and then Jormungandr showed up, and I was like, wait a second, I should probably jump in there, and then I did. True story.
Jump in the.
Wow.
Oh,
That's literally what I did. I just jumped in there.
Jump his ass.
Well, thank you for sharing. All right.
It was nice,
Arcanathy,
Arcanathy.
Great
Grimothy
Cade.
granola bar.
Great Cade.
Grimithy granola bar, yeah.
Granola Italian. Why do you have fucking... Anyway.
What?
Oh!
What?
Go ahead.
Is
What's your most
that a
surprising
flaw?
moment?
Oh, my favorite... Fuck. my surprising moment was like, when Maverick revealed himself, when you guys revealed that Maverick was Jormungandr, I had no fucking clue who that was. So, like, I heard like people talking about Jormungandr, but I never expected Maverick to be Jormungandr. To be honest with you, because I don't know how Alrine plays his characters, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. Sanky.
You've been all over.
Why are you just doing that for like just spamming me everywhere?
Just jiggling.
I'm helping you move. Anyway, next is Red. Let's see. Okay. Surprising? Well, I guess it would have to be Sunlight's death. I mean, nobody expected it. I didn't even. And then I'm stuck in this lore limbo for almost a month with him, XD. Happily, I was able to work out a plan with God to get him back. Puggies. Oh, I forgot to put Red on the screen. Here's Red.
Just have them peek in for a second, then leave.
Take him out.
And then 5 Red. And then...
There's my SO right there. Oh, he's gone.
What was the most surprising moment for me? I didn't actually think this through. I kind of forgot that this was a question. Here, Amma can answer. Amma's the one answering this question because that's just what's in my downloads folder right now. Here she goes. Okay.
There's my sister. There she is.
We found her.
We found her. She's right there. She's coming back from the show.
What was a surprising moment for me? I don't want to say something that's already been said because, like, the building thing, obviously, that's up there. Jormungandr, I mean, I kind of expected it because I was right, but that was still like, wow. I think my most surprising moment, maybe this isn't really surprising, this is just like I wasn't expecting it, was, this is kind of like a, not really a moment, it's more like a big thing, but I think in Lament of Nova, the fact that we kind of forgot about the main threat of the season. Like, everybody just started being nice to each other and, like, not worrying about a parasite infecting the world, while Crime Trio was in the corner like, guys, there's more parasites now trying to eat the world. And I'm sitting here, OOC, thinking, why is nobody doing anything right now? Because the Phantoms were starting to hurt more people and, like, bother more people, and nobody cared. Nobody cared at all.
Thank you.
I mean, I tried to care as much as I could the amount of times I was
Vera
on.
was also
Nobody did anything.
Vera
Yeah.
was
Well, you see, I would have done something, but I was sick.
Why is that so cute? Well, hold on a minute. Why is that so fucking cute? I wasn't here for that.
What?
Oh, the Ama?
The
Ama?
Yeah.
That was
Hold
the
on,
before
I'll
you.
I'll send you who did it.
That is
but-
Sunseta's sister.
Yeah,
was
that's my
pregnant.
Stellaris character.
Vera
Because
was pregnant. They couldn't do much.
Yeah.
But even then, it was just like, I wasn't expecting everyone to just be so like, oh, so chill about the fact that there's like,
I think I mentioned it, and somebody was like, yeah, no one's talking about that for some reason. Can we talk about that? I don't know if it
No.
was you.
I think
Like-
Jade said. I think there was a moment where they're just like, oh, there's so much going wrong with the world. Like, Sims are like telling that. And...
You're cutting out a lot.
Oh my fucking!
Talk louder.
Yeah.
Talk louder.
Okay,
Or move the mic like into your
Talk
face.
bigger.
I'm gonna fucking eat the world. Anyways, so there was a moment with the Phantoms and Jade was like, or like the Phantoms were like, wow, no one cares about this world. And then, or I think like Jade mentioned that like, oh, the adults don't really care. And I was literally sitting listening to that. I was so mad.
I mean, to be fair, at that point,
My entire Lament of Nova arc was my first stream as Lorelai. Was really like, what is going on with the world? What can we do to fix it? And she was like asking Yuta the whole time. And this wasn't, this was like before, while Shizu was like building the castle, like in creative, so I couldn't really go into the castle to talk to Shizu about this in character. But Lorelai was like, okay, what can we do about this parasite? How can we get Rika back? How can we do this? And then the whole reason why she got put in the end in the first place and opened up the rifts was she was thinking, could I feed Jormungandr to the dreamscape? And, you know, and then eventually these phantoms will leave, and then it just made bigger problems. So,
to
In
be
the words of
completely fair,
Vera-
Jay had no idea that you were asking questions at the very beginning, which is the...
I was...
In the words of Vera, Jade is my dumb idiot niece.
But,
She's very naive.
yeah, naive
baby.
through and through, even after 20 years.
To be honest, it was going to be hard getting me to help you at all in the beginning, because, to be honest, they just thought you all were nuts, and no one cared about death, and it was all good, because when they joined, someone was getting executed, and they were just like,
Yeah.
yay, fun, thumbs up, and I was like, in character, they were like, holy
Three
shit, I need to
drones.
get out of here. Like,
Oh, more-
Drones having the
more
time of their
raids.
life during the execution.
like Zen was like, "Oh my god, I killed people. It was great. I'm awesome." And I was like,
What the fuck are you talking about?
That
You're
literally happened. You
execution.
forgot? During
No,
your
during Calamity I
execution.
said that. I wasn't happy that I killed people during this time around.
"No, but you were
No.
fine with
Oh.
dying." And
I
like,
mean, yeah.
you
You were
okay
fine with dying. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And,
no, I
like,
wasn't fine with dying. I was getting slash killed. You think I was fine with that? I thought I was
No,
getting killed
they
by
actually-
Anvil.
I mean-
there was a
actually-
plan for
okay,
what to
no,
do if it
they
wasn't just a
actually-
slash kill.
They actually weren't fine with it because when they were in the prison the entire time, they were popping the fuck off in the other room talking about how upset they were over the
I was really
execution.
upset. There's no way around getting slash killed. I had like 7 ways to get out of that
I-
prison, and none
I
of them
was-
would have worked because I was gonna get
was
slash killed.
so ready to go and flip a switch for a stasis chamber.
Yeah, I hid 3 different return scrolls in each cell.
Okay, well, my point is that it's like, imagine if people just took like public executions back into like effect now. So like basically imagine someone from now going to that world and just seeing a public execution, being like,
Yeah.
this isn't great. I should get out of here. Like that kind of mentality. And was like, and there's just these drones. And I think nobody saw me except for like one person saw me.
I think I saw you.
It was
Rain
Nemu.
did.
Somebody
Nemu
saw
did.
me and I was like, I just turned around and was like, I'm not a part of this. I'm leaving. Where's that contract? I'm going to put up and leave this world now.
I'm pretty sure that was me, because if that was on the first day, I was the one trying to show you around.
I think it was after that. I don't know.
Oh,
I joined like right
You
when
joined
it was
on the day of the
happening.
execution, I remember.
The day.
The day of.
Because
and so that wasn't
I was standing there when Rain was like, "We don't trust those kinds of people." I'm
Oh,
like,
Oh,
yeah.
fight the racism.
sorry.
people took that way out of proportion.
The thing is, it's a harken back to when they were a young adult. That's literally what they would have said,
Yeah,
because
I
they
knew there
don't.
was a reason you said it in character.
Yeah.
It just caught
It was
me
just
off
so
guard.
funny.
It's so off guard compared to the Rain you knew.
But
Yeah.
anyways, it was not a great start for relationships, because that just made them skeptical about literally everybody, because nobody was like, I see a problem with this, or like, which makes them think like, oh my god, I need to help these people, or oh my god, I need to get out of here, and they're like caught between those two worlds.
Yeah, it was bad that I was the person you were talking to, because my character's whole point was that she did not care.
Oh yeah, and you just like tried to destroy like an entire house, and I was like, this is pointless. Why are you destroying it?
Oh, I don't remember. I forgot all about. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
why would you I'm literally homeless, and you're like, I don't care about this house. I'm gonna destroy it. And I'm like,
Well, that's because I was
Hello?
destroying everything, because that was also on the day where everyone died.
yeah.
Well, let's go on to the next question.
Moving on.
This is okay. So this question is: excluding your own character, what character's lore were you most invested in as the season went on? Honestly, this question is just an excuse for you guys to talk about, like, to give love to other people's characters. So, Ink, go ahead.
Lorelai.
Why?
I wanted to see how she got gaslit continuously.
Yeah.
How does it feel now?
Great.
Yeah.
Good. You should try it more often.
Being gaslit?
Dude,
Yes.
I can't
Okay.
wait to get gaslit again.
All
It
right.
made for good content.
Okay.
Uh,
Chroma, how you doing?
For me, it was Nemu's lore, actually. Like, the pre-coded story and everything, I actually really enjoyed listening to that in and out of character. I think when we had the little therapy talk, and you dropped all of Nemu's, most of Nemu's pre-coded story onto me, like, I was muted for a portion of it, and I was like, yo, this lore go crazy.
And then I walked in and
Oh
I
my
was just
God.
so funny when I
that
walked
was when
in.
Nana walked in and I started spamming my keybinds.
I wish I was recording
This
at
is
that
the worst time
moment.
for somebody to walk in on something.
But yeah,
Man.
Nemu
you.
lore.
Thanks. Appreciate you, fam.
Well, that
Luna,
reminds
you're
me.
next.
Rain never. Never mind.
I guess for me, in Nova, I was looking forward to just Maverick's lore, just like, and any granted, this kind of relates to mine a little bit, just because I was looking forward to the interactions with Maverick and Nota a little bit, but just like the whole arc of just becoming Jormungandr and all that would have been really interesting. And Lament, I was really looking forward to Cass's lore, and just because it would have been really interesting just seeing the flip side of a new person coming in, and also the whole sibling relationship with Cass and Dask was and overall was really looking forward to Dask's lore, especially with, granted again, kind of relates to Nolta's character a little bit, but with dealing with the death of Nolta overall, especially since not going into Lament, would have been more interesting to be able to see and deal with, and then the whole library getting built. And, well, like, overall, just Dask's interactions and everything would have been really interesting to see.
Sure. Moon?
Oh, it's my turn. To be honest, I don't feel like I have a good enough minds. Like I wasn't there for long, and for a lot of it, I wasn't involved in much. I don't actually have an answer for this, because to be honest, I've only interacted with a few people, and it wasn't really. I don't really have a fair answer.
Okay, that's fair.
So
the answer was friendship all along.
It was the friends we
sure.
made along the way.
Right.
Let's go with that. But
Great.
I won't answer this one because I don't think it's fair for me
That's-
to
yeah.
say one. So
Okay.